remain at large. Welcome back to the news in full. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi welcomed the participation of Arab companies in petroleum and gas exploration projects, pointing out to the promising prospects in that sector, especially in the field of infrastructure. This came during meeting with the ministers and representatives of the Organization of Arab Petroleum Exporting Countries, the OAPEC. During the meeting, the President welcomed the Arab oil ministers and highlighted the importance of Arab unity in face of the current challenges that have a negative impact on the Arab country's economy. For their part, the OAPEC oil ministers hailed Egypt's Arab role and stressed the organization's keenness to boost Arab cooperation in the field of energy. The meeting was attended by Minister of Oil, Tariq al-Mullah, and the Secretary General of the OAPEC. The spokesman for the Foreign Ministry, Councillor Ahmed Abu Zaid, said on Monday that the latest unrest in Ethiopia is an internal issue. Speaking to reporters, Abu Zaid said that Egypt on restoring stability in Ethiopia and for the African country to continue its economic and social developmental program. The spokesman noted that stability in Ethiopia serves the interest of the continent and including Egypt. For the third consecutive week, the protests continued against the government's decision to allocate agricultural land near the capital Addis Ababa for new investments. A human rights group said that 75 people were killed in the protests that turned into clashes with police. The government said that the toll was exaggerated and blamed the gangs for instigating violence. To Yemen, where Saudi Arabia intercepted a missile fired before dawn on Monday from Yemen towards the southern border region in the latest such attack, the ceasefire and peace talks. Saudi Arabia has deployed the Patriot missile batteries designed to counter tactical ballistic missiles. Such attacks, as well as the fighting on the ground in Yemen, came despite the 7-day ceasefire in conjunction with the peace talks in Switzerland. Details.
Yemen's warring parties are set to extend the ceasefire after the announcement that a new round of UN-brokered peace talks will be held on January 14th. Yemen's warring parties wrapped up peace talks on Sunday in Switzerland with no major breakthrough. However, they vowed to meet again next month, even as fighting raged on the ground. The 6 days of closed-door meetings were strained by repeated violations of a ceasefire aimed at calming tensions between pro-government forces and the Iran-backed Shiite Houthi rebels who control Yemen's capital. UN Special Envoy Ismail Olad Sheikh Ahmed announced in Bern that a new round of talks would be held on January 14th at a location yet to be decided. The head of the government negotiating team, Foreign Minister Abdel Malik al-Khalfi, that much violated ceasefire will be extended for 7 days after its official expiry on Monday. A halt to violence is needed in the Arabian Peninsula's poorest nation, where the UN says fighting since March has killed thousands of people and left around 80% of the population needing humanitarian aid. Khalfi said the decision to extend the truce at the request of President Abdrabbu Mansour Hadi has been communicated to the United Nations. He also called for the release of 5 prisoners held by the Houthis, including the Defense Minister, Major General Mahmoud al-Suhabi. The talks in Switzerland ended without any major steps forward and were undermined by daily breaches of the ceasefire. Missiles have been fired from rebel even sliding down on the southern side of the border with deadly consequences, while government forces have seized several areas back from the rebels. The parties had meanwhile agreed to a range of confidence-building measures. These include an agreement in principle to release all prisoners, while acknowledging that such an exchange would probably not happen before a sustainable ceasefire has been agreed.
For more on the situation in Yemen, we are joined over the phone by Excellency former Assistant Foreign Minister, Ambassador Nabil Badr. Good afternoon, Excellency. The first round of the peace talks was concluded without concrete outcome. So the prospects of finding peaceful settlement in Yemen, your vision?
I think from the very beginning it was not expected that it would be an easy sort of process. I think what the international community is looking forward to is, of course, to stop the hostilities and to give some chance to extend the humanistic aid, which Yemen so much needs, as a matter of fact. The two warring factors, or the two fighting groups in Yemen, you face a very complicated situation. Number one, Yemen is a tribal country, as you know, and these tribes could be won or lost through many ways and means. Number two, there are regional hostilities as well. Number three, there has been always some sort of sensitivity between the north and the south, and accordingly the introduction of a fourth factor as represented in the Houthis to that, because the Houthis do have external relationship with Iran, and they are suspected of playing a special role in Yemen, which could extend to the neighboring countries as well. So the situation on the ground, and I repeat, the situation on the ground does represent a very important factor. Even the winning group, to say the alliance, for instance, or winning grounds here, still are being confronted with resistance from the other party. And at the same time, that raises the hopes and the efforts of that other party to better its situation and to fulfill its aims against the losers, regrettably, are the Yemeni people themselves. I hope there will be some sort of extra effort, hopefully exerted through Arab some sort of involvement, mediation, whatever, to try to, number one, realize the minimum, which at that stage is to cease the hostilities, to extend the humanistic aid, and that furnishes the way for a very important factor in these negotiations, which are the Yemeni people themselves.
Right. We know that the stability in Yemen contributes to regional stability. The ongoing peace talks, fighting and violations of the ceasefire continued. So the chances of renewal of the ceasefire as you see them?
The violations, as you mentioned, do themselves reflect what probably has been mentioned in my first answer, and that is that every party is ambitious to realize a better situation on the, and accordingly they do not say stop to the ceasefire factually, in spite of the fact that they do accept it, but at the same time they do accept it, and at the same time they do violate it, because their target is whatever result they realize on the ground would reflect in the Geneva conference. And that's why in the last week the idea of international monitoring over the ceasefire has been raised. I don't think that its chances at that juncture are easy, because still that would be detained, because every party would insist on trying to better its possession, and accordingly, even if the ceasefire takes place, it would be standing on more comfortable grounds in the negotiating process.
Right. Excellency, Ambassador Nabil Badr, former Assistant Foreign Minister, thank you so much for talking to Nile TV. To Iraq, Daesh militants are preventing civilians from leaving Ramadi. An attack planned by the Iraqi army to retake the western city that militants captured in May. The Iraqi Defense Ministry spokesman said, however, that there are families that managed to escape the gangs of Daesh. Iraqi military planes on Sunday dropped leaflets on Ramadi asking residents to leave within 72 hours, indicating safe routes for their exit. The Iraqi intelligence estimates the number of Daesh fighters that are entrenched in the center of Ramadi, the capital province, at between 250 to 300.